I knew I wanted to create content for a living in high school. So I'd say 11th grade. I knew that. Now, at the time, this was social media didn't exist at the time. So this was in the year 2000. So we only had Web 1 at the time where the internet was read only. So the only content creation you could do at that time was be in theater, and so I was in the theater team. I was in the AV club, and we could do things like motion tweens and use animation software to create content, but there was nowhere to upload it. And then I was on the TV production crew, and I actually have in my journal from high school, I wrote in there that one day I'm going to make a company called AWOL Productions Inc. And I knew at that moment, like, that was going to be what I do. I thought I was going to go into film when I went to college, but I didn't end up going into film because I was a total F up when it comes to college. And I didn't do that. And instead, I spent my time in college um, creating electronic music and playing video games and then creating content for newgrounds.com. And those things were the closest thing we had maybe to Twitch and YouTube and Twitter and being a content creator today. I couldn't get motivated to go to film school when this thing on the internet was happening that was so much more interesting of online gaming. And it was the very beginning of online content creation at that time. And so that's when I knew. I knew in 11th grade I was going to do this for a living. Yeah, you don't know what channel was my first channel, and the first video that I ever made isn't on the internet anymore. I privated it out of cringe, and maybe I shouldn't have done that. I should probably go back and unprivate it. But the channel was called FTW Broadcasting, and that was in 2007. I think I made that on YouTube, and now the channel I think is called AWOL Gaming. I renamed it and rebranded it to try to make it into something else. But the first ever video I made and uploaded there was a StarCraft 1, I believe, esports commentary that I did as a just solo. And so I just recorded StarCraft, did a shoutcast on top, and I did a bunch of those by myself. And then I ended up bringing in my friend Danny to do it with me. And our concept was we are going to do dual commentary. That was going to be our thing that was going to blow up the internet because nobody was doing dual commentary. And then it ended up becoming this kind of like shit talking show where we were just kind of bantering with each other, and there just happened to be StarCraft gameplay in the background. And it actually did pretty well. I mean, in like 2008, we were getting like 5 to 10,000 views per video on our StarCraft esports commentary, and we were some of the biggest StarCraft esports commentary guys at the time. But this was when no gaming channel had reached 1 million subscribers. Like, it was a very small space. But that's where I got started. And then I ended up figuring out that I loved esports from that. And then I started casting the Go for SE2 series for the ESL. They're the largest esports organization out there early. And I was casting their replays and doing professional esports commentary. And I loved that. And so I thought to myself, one day I would like to be hosting the biggest esports events in the world. And anyway, that might happen with Illuvium. That's one of the reasons why I'm here.